Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's Noah. This is gonna be your daily tarot read. Um, as I was kind of preparing this, I was getting this channel about storms through Spotify, and also just in general thinking about storms. And storms and lightning and thunder and rain are really important to me. I love them. I really enjoy everything about them. Right, the thunder, the rain, the smell. They're very calming for me, and I've always felt like this. And I think so. There's a line in the Tao Te Ching, like, when it rains, it pours, right? And then when it's done, it's done. When it rains, it is completely raining. And I was doing this channel of, like, if you're in the midst of a storm right now, experiencing it fully. And, storms are also, and rain and water is a metaphor for emotions. So maybe you're going through a time right now that is very emotionally heavy. You're processing a lot. Whether it's like outside emotions, like you're dealing with a lot of stress, anxiety, maybe health issues, problems with your family, or you could just be looking inward and dealing with trauma, maybe trauma coming up, repressed memories, or just bad memories in general and dealing with them. And I feel called to say, like, experiencing it fully will allow it to pass, right? When it rains, let it rain. Let yourself be vulnerable and process these emotions and experience it fully, because it's there for a purpose and it will be done, right? It will be over. So be in the moment. And I also felt called to this idea of, like, being in the eye of the storm and how it's completely calm. And you can see all of the raging wind and rain and drama happening around you, but you are in that cocoon of stillness, and how that has a lot to do with, well, it's very apt about staying in your center and living in the Tao, which is, in the Tao Te Ching, about how everyone has a center of stillness, of calm, of peace, of union with God, with spirit, with the universe. And that place is a place of stillness. It's a place of rest. And if you're dealing with a lot of storm happening around you, to rest in your center and simply observe it happening, right? Give yourself to it, to the circumstances, but always remain in your center and bring yourself back to your center, whether it's through meditation or, watching a comfort show or eating some of your favorite food, something like that. So, yeah, and it will pass, and it's okay. It's okay. There's always a time for a storm, right? And what do storms do, right? They produce rain, and rain nourishes the environment. And afterwards, like, that smell after the rain, it's beautiful. It's delicious for the senses. And, it's all for the better, right? It allows things to grow. So we're going to get some tarot reading. What is it that you need to hear? Bear with me, because I do feel like showing my face for these, I do deal with, or I'm recovering from, anxiety of putting myself out there, of my appearance as well. So sometimes I can get a little in my head about, like, looking at myself and making sure that I look okay, and I don't know, just, policing my mannerisms and stuff. So bear with me as I get used to this, because I do think, I don't know, I like looking at people when they talk, so I think this is maybe a better solution. We'll see. We'll see if I stick with this format. Anyway, all right. What is it that they need to hear, Spirit? Give me a signifier card for that. Who is being drawn to this video? Wow, the Star reversed. This is card 17. You can see. So this card is all about, your star power, recognizing yourself as the force of nature that you are. Not being afraid to shine, not being afraid to be the center of attention, of putting yourself out there, and letting your true self flow, right? And, like, letting yourself talk and be seen and be heard. And so I'm autistic, and so when I think of this card, it comes to my mind is unmasking and not being afraid to like just be fully me, right? Be fully expressive and passionate about the things that you're passionate about without the fear of feeling cringe, of being perceived as cringe, of being perceived as like, of not being accepted, right? So it came up in reverse. So I feel like you were learning this. You were learning how to show your full self, because your full self is beautiful. It is amazing. It's wonderful, right? Letting yourself be seen, letting yourself embrace your star power, embracing everything that you've been put on this earth to do. And as you can see, she's like pouring water into the well, as also into the grass. And so I do think this is very fitting for what I was saying about the storm. You know, like letting your emotions flow, letting things happen as they happen, and knowing that you'll always be protected, that you have a guiding light, right? The star, you have your guiding light is yourself, is your pure expression and enjoyment of life. And also it's spirit, right? It's the universe, it's faith, it's trust. And if you always follow that guiding light, like nothing will harm you. Like nothing can harm you. First of all, you are completely protected, right? The only thing that can harm you is when you think that you can be harmed, right? So this is definitely saying like, don't be afraid to follow your inner light and follow your faith, and, you know, maybe seem cringe to some people. Like be fully you, express yourself. If you're a performer, go perform. If you're a joke teller, comedian, go tell jokes and be truly yourself. Wow, yes. 7, the Chariot came out. 2 major arcana cards. So this star power is going to be delivering you from, you know, to the next stage of your life. You are being delivered. You are moving past any, look, he also has the star on his crown. You are moving past any difficulties in your life, right? You are being delivered from them. And it's because you aren't afraid to be yourself, right? And I think this is the lesson, you know, letting yourself shine is how you get delivered from situations that aren't serving you. He's got the Sphinxes here, which is also about like intellectualism and like solving the riddle of being a human, right? The Sphinxes riddle of like, you know, what walks on 4 legs, then 2 legs, then 3 legs in the evening, and it's a human being. And so just learning to embrace your story as a human being, your purpose. And it's not going to look like what other people's purpose is, because everyone's journey is different. Everyone's life path is different. The way that they learn lessons is different than the way you learn lessons, right? And it's sad also, but like a lot of people don't examine their ingrained thought patterns and prejudices and things like that. So, you know, by doing that, you do set yourself apart, and you are the star, right? It doesn't mean that you're better than anyone else, but it just means that you're putting in the work for yourself, and that's going to shine. And that allows you to like take off all of this junk that's in your head and surrounding your soul and let it, you know, shine through. So let's see what else. But you're upgrading. You've got so much coming. All of my readings for this channel have been so positive. So if you've been watching them, you're in an amazing state of change right now. You have so much beautiful wealth, abundance, love, structure, acclaim coming to you. What else do they need to know, Spirit? Yeah, 2 of Pentacles. Okay, I'm going to get another one. You're learning how to balance things. Again, there's, you know, rocky water in this. So in the midst of unsure seas and, you know, the storm, like I was saying earlier, you're learning how to still prioritize yourself and still keep balance with, you know, your mind and your body, with the material plane and the spiritual one. We have the 2 of Wands in reverse. So this card is all about like other people's plans for you and not giving into them, Instead, like making a plan for yourself. And this plan doesn't have to be like really structured. I just saw the sun on the bottom of the deck. This does not have to be like where you, in the material plan, you like plan out every single step. Like, first I'm gonna, do this, and I'm gonna work for, this amount of time, and then I'm gonna stop, and then I'm gonna work for this, and then I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna invest in this. It doesn't mean that. It means choosing the things that you want and asking the universe for them, and then taking the first step towards them, right? It's always just the next step. You always just have to take the next step, and the universe will reveal the next one for you. So don't panic, about how everything is going to work out, because it will just work out. The universe works in mysterious ways. There's no way for you to ever comprehend how many different factors are at play, right? What other people's journey is, like, and how they're going to come into your life and help you and teach you lessons and give you the resources you need. So I do feel like maybe at this time you don't necessarily feel like you are maybe coming into this. Maybe you feel like you are having to constantly juggle a bunch of different things in the midst of, change and turmoil around you. And I definitely, just in the world, like the world is definitely very tumultuous right now. In the United States, abroad, like wherever you live, every country has its issues. And you are learning how to balance that. And you're doing a great job. It's upright. You are balancing it. And just remember to focus on yourself. And the pentacles make an infinity sign. So remember that that's the sign above, the Magician and the Strength card. So remember that you have all the strength that you need inside yourself. You are strong. You are supported. And, whatever challenge that you face, you have what it takes to overcome it. And, especially with also the symbol of the Magician, like, you manifest what you want, right? You have the tools, you connect the spirit, and you have the tools to make this actual mortal plane the life that you want. And it's just asking for it. And it's refusing to ask and to prioritize the things that society or your family, like your mom and dad or your grandparents, the people who raised you, want for you. And actually, because they don't know you, right? They only see the outside of you, and they only see their projections of you. They don't know your soul like you do. It's impossible for other people to tell you what your priorities are and what your goals are and what your path is, what your passions are. It's impossible, because they don't have your emotional guidance system that you have, that you're tapped into. They can maybe see like when you're really happy or something, but they don't know your soul. You know your soul. So dare to ask the universe for what you really want. Like, you want to travel? I'm a Sagittarius. I want to travel. Wow. Just started to begin to still, and I got the 10 of Cups again in reverse. You have love coming in, family, joy. I think I pulled this card for like the last 3 readings, I think. So if you're coming into this, like, this card is for you. You have family and love and emotional fulfillment and companionship and a divine union coming in. And I think it's coming in reverse because you haven't recognized your star power, that you have the ability to manifest your dream life. Here, you just have to ask for it and receive it. And so, especially with the 2 of Wands, I feel like ask for it. Really, really deep dive and don't think about like the state of the world or, the economy right now, or maybe some hardships in your life, like your bills. Don't think about any of that. Think about like if you're in an open world universe, like it's open world Minecraft, what would you build for yourself? What would you want your life to look like? Yeah, 3 of Hearts in reverse. 3 of Hearts. 3 of Swords in reverse. Releasing heartbreak. Oh, and it's got the Storm. Yes, so, releasing past trauma, releasing your heartbreak, releasing these swords that pierce your heart, right? And these swords weren't put there by you. They were put by other people, inadvertently or on purpose, and letting them fall out of your heart. And, and it's just easy, but it comes with ease. Once you decide it, and once you you know, do the shadow work, it falls out. And, you know, it's in the midst of a storm. So I do feel like right now, maybe you are in the midst of some kind of storm, and maybe it's processing some familial trauma. Maybe, you know, putting in boundaries with your family, like with your mom and dad, if they're, you know, constantly pestering you, or your friends and family, if talking with them makes you worried and fearful and anxious and makes you not believe in your dreams, right? Putting in those boundaries and letting your heart be full again, letting your heart lead the way. And also with the 10 of Cups, like, you know, any heartbreak that you experience with your past relationships, don't let that taint the idea or the belief that you have real love coming in. You have family, a chosen family that will give to you and will receive from you, and who fits in perfectly with you. And it doesn't mean that it's going to be like, you know, conflict free, but it means that you always, you know, you're a team, you work together, and you always have home, and it feels like home. You will have a home to go to, and it will feel like home. It will feel warm and cozy, and, you know, like a warm fire when you come in from the snow, and hot chocolate being made and you smell it, and your dog coming up and licking you on the leg, and, you know, your partner and your, you know, child, maybe, if that's what you want, being on the couch all cozy with blankets with the spot just ready for you to come in and watch your comfort movie, or to talk about your day, or to read, or whatever you want to do, right? Like, that is your future. That is waiting for you. Just let go of this fear, this belief that it's not for you, because it is, because you're the star. You are the star. You are the star of your life. You have the power to manifest all of this into your life. And it's already manifesting, like it's already there waiting for you. You just have to let it in. Another card, Spirit. Yeah, 7 of Swords in reverse. Don't be afraid to, on reverse, upright. Don't be afraid to leave situations, right? Don't be afraid to, like, end things with people, or with situations, like if your job, or change something, right? Like, doesn't mean, I do feel like the 7 of Swords, right? He leaves some things behind. So it doesn't have to be, it's not all or nothing. It's not black or white. It could just be, you know, putting up boundaries that allow you to leave when you want to. It could be like, you know, if you're really stressed out at your job, reducing your hours, you know, moving from full-time to part-time, asking for help with something, maybe, you know, getting a therapist if you need help. Like, don't be afraid to, and also, like, end relationships, like romantic relationships, friendships, familial ones that aren't serving you. And, you know, take that if that resonates. If you don't feel like that resonates, it's okay. You know, take it if it resonates. I also feel like it's, you know, he's very joyful. He's like kind of, you know, like cheeky. So, you know, leave that seriousness behind life. You know, Ram Dass talks about his guru Maharaji, and how when Maharaji passed, he was left with the giggle, with Maharaji's giggle, and the laughter, and how, like, life is supposed to be fun. Life is supposed to be joyful, and, like, you are supposed to laugh. Like, life is funny. Life is so freaking funny, and, like, some people don't get it, but, like, I'm laughing every single day because things are just so funny. And the universe has, like, a great sense of humor. The universe is so ironic. The universe loves to, like, poke fun at you, and, like, in a way that is, like, of love, you know, like how a really close friend will poke fun at you. So, like, don't be afraid to laugh. Don't be afraid to have fun. You know, and that will allow you to, like, enter a higher vibration, a vibration of enjoyment, of laughter, of fun. Yeah, of having a good time. Like, life is supposed to be enjoyed. Life is a party. And we treat it like a job. We treat it like work. And it's not supposed to be like that. And I do think that a lot of that is because of the society we're living in now. You know, before, it was easier to, like, live in your own bubble and to, you know, hone your craft, and then you know, like, do your apprenticeship and do your work, and then you are, like, you know, you're taken care of, right? And you're able to laugh and whatever. That's for a whole other video, but You know, don't be afraid to like go contrary to society. And especially now, like things are very tumultuous in the world. Like I said, like there's a lot of, you know, bad things happening, and it's all part of the plan. So just rest in that. It's all part of the plan. Like things need to hit a breaking point before they get better, right? Things need to get worse before they get better so that people can actually see how bad it's going to be and want to make change, right? It's not like a test or anything like that. It's just how the natural flow works. And like it just, you know, things need to get bad enough where people are like, oh shit, we need to make a change. And you're already there. You're already making a change, and that changes in your life. And it starts with you, right? It starts with you being happy, choosing joy, choosing love and happiness. Forgiveness, 32 healer guides. Yeah, so forgiving yourself in your past. This person is sitting in meditation. They're letting, it seems like sand fall from their hands. They've got 2 people on the other side and their guardian angel above with the star above, and they've got tears flowing. So yeah, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for your past mistakes, for the things that didn't work out, for, you know, past relationships, maybe, you know, putting yourself into situations where you were taken advantage of, that you weren't appreciated. And also, you know, starting the path of forgiving other people too. And this is, you know, really tough, especially if they're not repentant, if they're not, excuse me. Yeah, my throat chakra. Because I'm learning this too, of forgiving other people for hurting me. And it comes with like, for me, my process is always, I always are able to forgive myself before I can forgive other people. And, you know, just start that journey by forgiving yourself and knowing that like everyone is always doing their best, and they're doing the best way they know how. Nobody does something because they think that it's like wrong. They may know that it's wrong, but, and they do, and like they do think that it's going to help them in some way. They do think that it's going to give them enjoyment and fulfillment. And so, you know, maybe meditate on these things, meditate on these past traumas if you're already feeling it. It doesn't mean like dig up things that you're healing inside, but if it comes up, you know, don't be afraid to greet it, to greet your trauma and to say, hello, sit down with me and let's talk about it. And forgiving your inner child and things like that, because I do feel with the 2 of Wands, this might be like childhood trauma with your parents or siblings or something like that. And, you know, knowing that you were a child, that you were supposed to be protected and loved, and that just because you felt powerless doesn't mean that you're powerless now. Take your power back. And the power to forgive yourself, the power to move past it. And ask your healer guides to help you, because they want to help you. Yeah, community 56. You have community coming in, especially with the 10 of Cups. Don't be afraid to lean on other people, and the people that you actually trust, right? The people that, you know, you can be vulnerable with, and like your friends. And it doesn't mean like, you know, trauma dumping to strangers, but like if you're struggling with something, let the people in. People can't help you unless you let them in. And even if they do nothing but listen, you know, just talking about it can be extremely healing, extremely helpful. And I do think like if you are interested in therapy, this might be a good time to revisit therapy, just to have someone to talk to give you a safe space to process past trauma or some problems that you're dealing with right now. But you have community coming in, and it's beautiful. You're being delivered to them, like with the Chariot. You are on your way to your community. They're waiting for you. And when you get there, you're gonna fit in so well. Like, it's crazy. You're gonna realize that this is your niche. Like, this is where you belong, and it's because you are being yourself. And this community also, I'm being called to say, this community might change. Like, you're not going to have the same people with you throughout your entire life. Like, life is seasons, life is cycles. And you will always be aligned with people who want to support you and who are going to help you do that. And it could be through like 1 or 2 meetings, or they could be with you for like 10, 20 years or the rest of your life. You never know. But, let people in. Don't be afraid to let people in. Don't let your broken heart, wow, truth, the higher self, 10, looking through the veil, letting yourself open up to your true feelings. That's under the 10 of Cups, for what you really want, that you do want love, that you do want community and family, and that is the ultimate fulfillment. Like maybe you've been in hermit mode and you like protecting your peace and you're like, I don't need that. I don't need other people. It's like me and God, or it's me and my higher self, and we're doing just fine. And that's good. That's great. But, we are meant to be in communion. Like the next step is showing your light to other people and sharing that peace. And that doesn't mean like giving too much of yourself, but with the right people, it will be appreciated, and you will grow together. So don't be afraid to peek behind the veil. Maybe do I really think there's a lot of shadow work coming through. So don't be afraid to do some shadow work. Crack out your journal and just free write about something that's bothering you, or something you've been thinking about lately, or some issue that you've been having, or it's like any emotional blocks. Like when I say you deserve love, you have love coming in. Like, does that elicit some feelings in you or some thoughts? Write them down and work through them, and ask your higher self and your healer guides to help you. All right, Spirit, last card for this collective. Yeah, White Buffalo. That's interesting. I was looking at this card yesterday because it was underneath the Luna Moth that I pulled. So I definitely feel what's going on. Maybe you have indigenous roots. I know I do. So, connect to your ancestors. I do think like a lot of, especially with indigenous people, like our history has been erased. And so a lot of people don't have like a connection with their ancestors' religious or spiritual practices. So, connect to them, maybe do some research into it. Let's see. White Buffalo brought the sacred traditions to the indigenous American peoples. She stepped from the clouds to help the Lakota people survive. The White Buffalo holds out a sacred pipe filled with tobacco as a peace offering. The 6 feathers that hang off the shaft represent one of the 6 rights she showed her people. The 7th right hangs from her black hair. She wears the pelt of a white buffalo, the honored beast that gifted her name. The arrival of the white buffalo is a sign of restoring harmony and spirituality to a troubled world. Follow traditions that bring nature back into balance. Do your part to make change in our environment. It's time to restore harmony to the world. Be mindful of spirituality in your life. Yes, so, I do think like a peace offering like to your younger self, to your inner child, to your past, to the past versions of yourself that maybe weren't prioritizing themselves, like forgiving yourself for that. And I also think like this is saying like by being your true self and by, embodying your star power in harmony, it will bring harmony to the outer world. Like if you're worried about what's happening politically, environmentally, like with climate change, like it starts with you, and you being in harmony with yourself will bring harmony to society and to nature and to the world. So, connect with nature and connect with, you have an innate ability to stay in balance, especially with, that was about harmony and balance, and you have the 2 of Pentacles. So yeah, I just feel like the name of the game right now is process. If you're going through issues, process your trauma, process your emotional issues or struggles right now. Your guides are with you. They will help you. They will comfort you. Spirit is always with you. You just have to ask. You just have to sit, and they will make themselves known. And through that, I do think releasing that will help you figure out what you actually want out of life and what your plans are, and then ask for it, and then take the first step. Take one step forward, and the universe will provide you with the next step and the next step and the next step. But don't think about that. Just think about that one step and have joy in that, and always have your goals in your head. Like, this is where I'm going. This is my goal. And rest in that feeling, like embody the feeling of love, of community that you have coming in, and it will happen. It will happen in divine timing, right when it's supposed to. Your opportunities will line up. You will start feeling better. Your outer circumstances will start improving. Everything will happen. So yeah, that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for coming to the video. I hope this resonated. I hope you found something useful here. Tune back in for more videos. I want to to expand and do like vlogs and stuff like that. So, and just more musings about my spirituality. If you have any questions, you know, leave them down below. If you have any ideas for videos that you want to see, leave them down below. Like, subscribe. Anyway, thank you so much. I'm sending you so much love, so much light on your journey. You fucking got this. You are a star, baby. The world isn't ready for you, man. Oh, I'm so pumped. Love you. Bye.